Tonight, the manhunt continues for a Southern California man accused of killing his girlfriend and fleeing to Mexico with his 5-year-old daughter. Good evening, I'm Marcella Lee.
I'm Carlo Chiquetto. Murder and child abuse charges were filed against that man today, 3 days after he and the little girl were spotted on surveillance video near the San Ysidro border. News 8's Richard Allen is here with the very latest and tells us why U.S. authorities still have not officially asked Mexico for help. Richard?
Well, that's right. Very puzzling, you guys. Now, in a statement today, the L.A. County District Attorney's Office says that its Family Violence Division will work with Mexican law enforcement to seek justice for the murder of Ruben Fregoso's girlfriend, whose identity has not yet been released. But so far, it appears that an official request for assistance to Mexico has not been made, now more than 72 hours after that Amber Alert first went out.
72 hours, you could be all the way to mainland Mexico. But at the same time, with the large amount of people that there is in the Tijuana area, they could be hiding in plain sight.
Private investigator Bill Garcia has worked on hundreds of cross-border missing persons cases over the decades.
If law enforcement isn't on top of it and aren't timely about it, then it gives these folks a lot more time.
Surveillance video taken early Sunday morning appears to show Ruben Fregoso with his 5-year-old daughter leaving a parking garage at the San Ysidro border. Authorities believe they crossed into Mexico. Garcia says by crossing into Tijuana, it's usually more difficult to escape further into the country compared to crossing into Mexicali.
Because in Mexicali, you have access to the entire country of Mexico. Whereas if you cross in Tijuana, you're kind of boxed into the Baja, and to be able to travel into another state, there should be alerts for the missing or abduction.
But those alerts by Mexican authorities so far have not been issued.
So far, officially, they haven't received a request on this particular case.
Veteran journalist Vicente Calderon, editor of TijuanaPress.com, says that while law enforcement agencies on both sides of the border may be working together in an unofficial capacity, at this point, U.S. law enforcement has not requested help from the Attorney General of Baja California.
It's unusual in the sense that we haven't seen that much. We have seen many of this information in social media around Tijuana and people commenting and making ask about the case.
Even more unusual, an Amber Alert in Mexico, known as Alerta Amber, was placed just a few days earlier for 2 toddlers from Utah who were abducted and taken into Mexico by Dane Richmond, their non-custodial father. The kids were located in San Felipe Tuesday and safely returned to their mom, while Richmond was taken into custody.
In that particular case, we did receive, the news media locally did receive an Amber Alert, pictures of the kids, informations, and also we were having updates on the progress of this case.
And we did reach out to the LAPD, which is the lead investigator on this ongoing case involving Ruben Fregoso, for comment, but have not yet heard back. Now, in a statement, the LA County DA's office vowed that Fregoso will face his day in court, adding that they'll work with federal and Mexican law enforcement authorities to seek justice for the woman whose life was stolen and for the child caught in this tragedy. And I think tragedy is an appropriate way to characterize this case.
Yeah, you feel for the child, the woman and her family. So it sounds like they do believe they can catch Fregoso. So if he's ultimately captured, what consequences could he face?
Well, right now he's facing 1 felony count of murder and a misdemeanor charge of child abuse. So if ultimately convicted on those charges, he'll face 25 years to life in prison.
Let's just hope that Delays comes back safely quickly. I'll
Exactly.
keep our fingers crossed for that. Thanks,
Absolutely.
Richard.
Thank you.